just realized I have nothing to be sorry for. You all attacked me. You just came after me. Where's this coming from, Camille? You were okay when we left the other day. Oh, I've had enough. I'm just gonna go home now. Oh, Camille, you know that you can come and talk to me. I am always gonna be here for you. If you need to talk about anything, just come to me. You know you can trust me with your secrets, because I will wait at least 2 weeks before I share it with everybody else. Thank you. Mwah, mwah. Hey everybody, it's me, Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 9, Episode 21, Hurricane Camille. This is the Season 9 finale. We did not have a new episode last week, so let's dive right in. Okay, so this episode opens at Kyle's house, and her sister Kim comes over. Kim can't believe she's a grandmother. You know, I just never thought that when my kids grew up, they would have kids, and what? Doesn't everybody think that's probably going to happen one day with their kids? I don't know. To be fair, I think what she was saying was she never thought she would feel the way she feels about her grandkids, I guess. But even that seems a little weird to me. Then they start talking about the agency. Alexia just got her license and she's going to be working with her dad and her sister. And Kyle tells her that she's having the big agency party for their 25th franchise opening, and she'll give her all the details. And Kim is like, I don't think I can come, but I'll do my best. Yeah, she's not coming. Because she told her Lisa Rinna's going to be there. And even though they made up on camera, they didn't really make up. You know, Kim doesn't feel any differently about Lisa Rinna than she did before they had their talk at Farroween. So now we move on to Dorit and PK. Dorit is riding around on a little bicycle inside the house, like, I don't know if it's Jagger's bike, but it was a little weird. But of course, she's told PK about Camille, saying he filed for bankruptcy and all that stuff. Dorit said, I'm still reeling from the night before with Camille. And he said, you haven't really told me what she said, babe. I'm surprised she flipped. Well, I'm not really surprised, but... So she said, PK, she said, I don't know how you have these fancy clothes and nice cars when your husband filed for bankruptcy. Obviously, Dorit knows this, so this is for us, apparently. PK said, well, the bankruptcy was filed in '09, I think, which was 10 years ago, and it was before I even met you. So it has no bearing on you whatsoever. And then he goes, you should have told her, as far as I'm concerned, you don't have enough clothes, you don't have enough jewels. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making sure I can buy you all those things. Okay. So then Dorit says, what really bothers me is that because there's stuff in the press about Beverly Beach and the lawsuit, which obviously I can't talk about because we're right in the middle of it. Ah, so convenient. We see this little blurb, Dorit Kemsley accused of screwing over swimsuit business partner for over $205,000 lawsuit. Dorit says how she's had to pick herself up and start over from scratch, finding new manufacturers and everything for Beverly Beach. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I find it convenient that she can't talk about it because she's in the middle of a lawsuit, because I want to know what happened. What actually happened with your partner, and why didn't you pay him what he was owed? You know, because I don't think people want to sue for no reason. If her partner got the fair share that he was owed, I don't think he would just make up a lawsuit. You know what I mean? because lawyers cost money, the court fees cost money. Nobody's going to go through that agony for no reason. So I would love to know the truth of what's going on there. And honestly, the bigger part of what Camille was saying was not that he filed for bankruptcy, because yes, a lot of people do that. It's not great. I think the bigger part was that a friend of hers is owed $1 million. If he has the money, why is he not paying them back? It all just seems really fishy to me. Maybe I just don't know how it works, but to me, you pay your debts. And if he filed for bankruptcy and now owes $1 million to somebody Camille knows, and Dorit owes over $200,000 to her business partner for Beverly Beach, then I really question how these two do business. So anyway, they're trying to figure out why Camille is doing this, and PK's like, oh, I don't know, jealousy, maybe she's insecure in her own life. I mean, how does she get her money? And in the confessional, Dorit said, has she forgotten how she's gotten her money? That's true. It's not from working hard. It's from marrying Fraser. But we're not talking about how you got your money. We're talking about what you're doing with your money after you've gotten it. And if you owe people that you're not paying, that's different. Okay, so now she says, okay, so I have this agency party tonight, PK. Is there any way I can get you to come with me? And he said, oh, love, I can't. So turns out that PK has an 18-year-old daughter. I guess I knew that. I kind of, in the back of my mind, I thought he might have older children. Anyway, his daughter, Atlanta, is moving to the United States, and so he's going to be with her. Okay, now it is the night of the agency party, and we check in with everybody and their glam squads getting ready for this thing. And Lisa Rinna and Erica are both wearing wigs. This was funny, you guys. Lisa Rinna, her glam squad is styling the wig on like a wig head while somebody else is doing her makeup. Over at Erica's house, while Erica's getting her makeup on, somebody is styling her wig on a human person. A stand-in for her. She has an assistant that has got the wig on her head while it's being styled so that Erica doesn't have to deal with that, I guess. Okay, now everyone is traveling to the agency party and it's raining. You would think that California has never seen rain before because everybody, even Teddy, the accountability coach, is late. I'm running late. Yeah, it's like a torrential downpour. So the traffic is really bad. Denise and Aaron go to Dorit's house to pick her up because PK's not going to be with her. And they're talking a little bit about her house. And Denise said, oh, it looks nice. She said, yes, it's on the market. They're trying to sell it. I want a bigger yard for the children. And then she goes, you guys don't have a house at all. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so Denise and Aaron have been to like 10 different hotels. I don't know why they have to keep switching around, but maybe availability. Also, Aaron has like lost his voice a little bit and he's like super hoarse, and he said it was from the smoke. He goes, yeah, I'm like coughing up black stuff. Ugh, that's not good. Plus, I kind of wonder why it's happening to him and not Denise. But anyway, she said she's a little bit afraid. Even though their house didn't burn down, there's like the smoke damage, like I said. I don't think they can move back into it, at least not anytime soon. And so Dorit asked where they were looking to live. And she said, I don't know, I love Malibu, but I'm a little bit afraid to live there, especially because of the air quality and with Aaron. So they don't know what they're going to do. Okay, so everyone gets into where the event is. Everything's very, like, I guess, futuristic. There's this person on stilts that looks like a robot, or it's like lit up with red lights. I'm not sure why or what this has to do with the agency. But anyway, they've got these two girls who have these lucite tables that are discs. I'm just going to show you a video of it because it's a little bit hard to describe because they kind of look like Saturn with rings around them. But they are tables that are holding the hors d'oeuvres. So it's kind of cute. And then they've got these sunglasses. And Mauricio walks up to her and he goes, oh, looks a little weird with the glasses. And she said, out of this world, or I don't know, something. But he just grabs fistfuls of these hors d'oeuvres. It was so weird. I mean, maybe he hasn't eaten dinner. I guess that could be it. But he pretty much cleaned off her whole little table. Okay, so now the two new little besties, Lisa Rinna and Erica Jane, come walking in together, and Erica goes, I love that we're both wearing wigs, independent of each other. I think she wanted to make sure we knew that they didn't plan to wear wigs together. I don't know. But first of all, is it any surprise that Erica's wearing a wig? No. And I just think that Lisa Rinna is stepping up her game to be a little bit like her little friend. Just my opinion. I mean, she did dress as her for Farroween, so she's a fan, that's all I'm saying. Okay, side note, this is weird. When Erica and Lisa walk in, the two girls who have the tables strapped to them are standing at the entrance, but all the hors d'oeuvres are gone. So it's just stupid. Maybe they were waiting to get refilled. Okay, so now Camille is arriving with her little minions. Well, Kimber and I don't know who the other one is. I don't even think we know her name. This is just so indicative of the importance of Camille as opposed to her friends. One of the minions is holding the umbrella over Camille. Camille's front and center, totally under the umbrella. And Kimber is getting poked with the umbrella in her head. Yeah. Okay, speaking of besties, Kyle and Teddy are standing next to each other, and Teddy turns and she sees Camille. And she said, uh-oh. And Kyle's like, what? Who's here? What? Also, side note, can I just say that Kyle should not have been wearing a plunging neckline down to her belly button? Because all she's doing all night is like fussing with it to make sure that her boobs are covered. Anyway, Camille, oh God. You guys, this is so good. Camille has come with an agenda, and that is to take everyone down for what they did to her the other night. Yes. Which I have mixed feelings about, because on the one hand, yes, it was a total gang up against Camille for what I thought was really no reason at all. What is your problem with Camille again? Oh, I'm sorry. It's that she said something nice about Lisa Vanderpump in the press after saying something not so nice to you guys in person. Well, gee, she just did what you all do every day, and it had nothing to do with you. So on the one hand, I feel like, yeah, Camille, you have every right to be pissed off at all of them. On the other hand, you kept saying, no, go ahead. If you have anything to say, get it out. I don't want you to keep anything in. So you didn't have to do that. You could have said, you know what, ladies? My house just burned down. I also lost a very dear friend of mine. Could we just table this for now? But you didn't. You know, you had your eye on the prize, which was possibly getting a diamond again for next season. I don't know. I don't know what your end game is, but you did allow them to do it. So that's where I'm conflicted. Anyway, so as Camille's walking in, holding hands with Kimber, she's like, oh, they were awful the other night. I felt like I was back in 7th grade with these bitches. And that's why you came to this party tonight? I mean, come on. If I felt truly ganged up on by a group of people on one night, I'm not going to their party on the next night. But side note, also you should know that as a viewer of the show, I would have it no other way. I want Camille exactly like season 1 Camille. Exactly. I love it. And something needs to happen with this group. They're all acting like they're best friends. That's not going to work for next year. So after Teddy is like, uh-oh, Kyle turns around and she's like, you came all this way in this rain. And there's a big hug. And Camille goes, for you, anything. But you guys aren't being phony with each other. Oh, no, no. You didn't just talk crap about each other moments earlier. See what I mean? They all do it. So why they're getting on her for doing it to Lisa Vanderpump, I don't know. I guess just because it was Lisa Vanderpump. Okay, oh my God, this is so good. So after they hug, Kyle said, "How you doing after the other night?" And Camille was basically like, not well, bitch." She said, "Yeah, the other night was a show. I really felt ganged up on." And Kyle's like, "Well, that was not our intention." So she said, "I just don't know why you had to bring it up." Again, Camille, you kind of let them go further with it by saying, "Oh no, please say what you need to say." But it's true, they brought it up first, and maybe she felt like she had to just let it all come out. I don't know. So I guess apparently what we didn't see was that after that dinner, Camille was very apologetic and sorry, and she's like, "Yeah, I was out of line," and all this stuff. So all the other ladies thought that things were okay. Probably after talking to her minions, Kimber, and now we know the other one's name is Rose, they probably got her all fired up again. Like, "What? They all ganged up on you." And then, Camille was like, "Hey, yeah, you're right. I am mad." And so they just like built her into this frenzy, and she walked into the party like it's go time. So Kyle was the first attack. No, she's kind of yelling at her. And then, of course, Teddy has to come sidle up right next to Kyle. I don't even know what Teddy started to say, but Camille goes, "Shut it down, Teddy. No, just shut it down. You're not worth my time." Teddy was like, and she just walked away like, "Oh my God. Teddy, you don't have to get involved in everything. And you are not Kyle's bodyguard. So stop acting like it." Listen, I'm not even blaming Teddy for getting involved in things that don't concern her, because they all do it. And probably the biggest offender of that is Lisa Rinna. But there was a little satisfaction in seeing Teddy shut down. I'm just going to say. And now Teddy goes out into the hall or by the bar where Lisa Rinna and Erica are. And she reports to them immediately, I'm not doing so good." And they're like, "Why? What's going on?" "Well, Camille came in hot and she attacked me and Kyle." So they're like, "What did she say?" and all this. Then we see Denise and Aaron and Dorit, and they just arrived. And they walk in, and now Aaron is talking to Camille and David. First of all, where did David come from? He didn't walk in with Camille. Parking the car, I don't know where David was, but David and Camille are standing there, and Aaron said, "So where are you guys staying now?" And he said, "We're staying with Rose." So one of the minions is housing Camille and her husband. Then Lisa Rinna walks up and says to Camille, "Can I talk to you for a second?" And Camille goes, "No." I love it. Rinna's like, and she goes, "After the way you guys treated me, I think I'll just take a minute. I felt really attacked." And Rinna's like, "What? You were fine the other night. What happened?" What do you think happened? Her minions got in her ear and told her, "Wait, what? They did what? You should be pissed off." Okay, so when Lisa says, "What changed?" Camille goes, "What changed is that I got my balls, and I realized I don't have to say I'm sorry for saying something nice about Lisa Vanderpump." Rinna, "We weren't saying you had to say you were sorry." Camille goes, "Then what did you want?" And Rinna goes, "We were just telling you what happened in that van, the conversation that happened in the van." No, you weren't. The conversation in the van was you, Lisa Rinna, bringing to everyone's attention the People article where she said something nice about Lisa Vanderpump. You brought it to everybody in the van, got them fired up, and then you told Dorit Camille said some not so nice things about you behind your back. Yeah, you refrained from telling her exactly what it was, but in some ways it was even worse, because then Dorit's imagination is just left to run wild. So, I love it. Lisa Rinna, hardest working woman on the show, she's trying very hard to make drama where there is none. What would this entire season have been without the pot stirring. Like it or not, and whether it's contrived or not, the show needs conflict. Where it gets painful for me as a viewer is when the conflict is much ado about nothing and it's stupid. I think that's kind of where we're at here. If this conflict right now is that she said something nice about Lisa Vanderpump in the press, but behind her back she didn't, ugh, come on, ladies. You can do better than that. Anyway, Camille said something like, you don't understand what Lisa Vanderpump and I have been through together, something like that. And Rinna's like, what are you talking about, Camille? And then Rose, oh, sweetie. Poor Rose thought she had permission to speak. You do not. She said, what she's saying is they both bonded over her loss of Scott and Rinna. We had compassion for you, Camille. Yeah. You're done, Rose. Sorry, Rose. Stop talking now. This isn't about you. So Rinna's trying to tell Camille that they all felt very compassionate for her loss of Scott in the fire and everything. Okay, now Denise goes and finds Camille and her minions in the bathroom. And she's like, listen, why don't you just apologize? She gets her to admit that one thing she's sorry about is going after Dorit. She shouldn't have done that on camera. I told you guys, I was happy she did it, but that is kind of a line that the housewives don't cross. We do not talk about money problems. And my God, most of them have some kind of issue, I'm sorry to say. So she said, that's the one thing I am sorry about, is going after Dorit. And Denise said, well, then apologize for that. So they leave the bathroom, and now Kyle is giving another big speech to everybody about how Mauricio came home, lost his job, the kids were little, he was bawling. I said, let's go get our realtor's licenses, and look at us now. We're filthy, filthy rich. Then she hands the microphone over to Mauricio, and he's prattling on about something. While this is happening, Camille is talking to Denise, and it's like behind Dorit. Finally, Dorit goes, could you two just please wait until the speech is done? At least. I mean, she's right. It was rude. But also, how long is this speech? Okay, so after the speech, Camille grabs Dorit and said, I wanted to say something to you. And they go off into a corner, and she said, I am so sorry for what I said the other night. I didn't mean to hurt you. Dorit's like, well, I was very hurt. She goes, I know, and I'm very, very sorry I said that. I was raw, and I said something I shouldn't have said. I didn't mean to, and I'm very, very sorry. I mean, it seemed pretty legit to me, especially because she's so pissed off at everybody else. I don't think she could, muster that kind of apology if she didn't really mean it. And Dorit was kind of like, okay. But then in the confessional, Dorit's like, yeah, I'm going to be watching that one, basically. Okay, so then just coming off of the big sincere apology to Dorit, now Camille is talking to Teddy. Or Teddy probably came up to Camille. And she said, listen, Camille, I don't know what's going on with you. I really don't. But I don't like to be spoken to that way and dismissed like you did. And Camille goes, you're just so annoying, Teddy. Oh my God. And Teddy goes, then why do you want to be around me and just don't hang out with me? It's almost cute that Teddy thinks Camille wants to be around her. Camille wants to be on the show. And you're on the show. You are just like a necessary evil that Camille has to deal with. Anyway, Camille said, I'm really still upset about the way you spoke to my daughter at the airport. Yes, remember that, Jem? Mason said that Teddy snubbed her at the airport. She said hello to her and Teddy kind of ignored her. Teddy's like, I can swear to you that I walked through the security with the whole group and said, hi guys, just like everybody else did. And Camille's like, I'm not going to argue with you about it, Teddy. You know what? I'm not going to let you get away with this one, Teddy. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Not when it involves my kid. And now Denise, I don't even know where Denise was. Denise said, hey, come on, what's going on? And she goes, I'm sorry. She snubbed my daughter. Teddy's like, never. And Denise goes, she didn't snub your daughter. Come on. I don't know that for certain. That's certainly not how my daughter feels. So then Teddy's like, you gotta stop grabbing me and talking down to me. I do not like it. And Denise goes, nobody's talking down to anybody else. And Teddy goes, you missed it, because that just happened. And Denise goes, we're not in 7th grade. So now Camille is going after Denise. Really? Really, Denise? After what happened to me the other night? I got attacked. And Denise is like, come on, you know that's not what... And she goes, I don't know, Denise, so back off. You just back off. Denise, you f***ing back off. Camille is like super upset. Now she's gotten Denise fired up. And Camille's like, I can't do this anymore. And she walks off. And Teddy goes, I told you it was too much. And she goes, I agree, it's too much. Okay, what just happened? Camille stalks off. She grabs David by the hand, walks him out. I'm leaving. I can't deal with this anymore. And she goes out into the other room where the bar is and where apparently Lisa Rinna and Erica Jane have parked themselves all evening. And Dorit's out there too. And she's like, I'm going. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. And gives Rinna a big hug. And then Lisa Rinna, who was so mad at Camille for being two-faced, gives Camille a big hug and said, listen, if you ever need to talk, you can come to me. Yeah, I'm going to come to you, Lisa. Anyway, she's like, thanks. And yeah, off she goes with like 2 big hugs to Lisa Rinna. I feel like I might be in Twilight Zone. So now we see Camille and David in the car, and she said, thank you for being there for me. And David goes, of course. But you could almost see like a thought bubble over his head, like, if you are trying to get on this show full-time next season, I'm out. We're done. What husband would want to be a part of this? I do not know. Okay, now other people are getting ready to leave the party, and Kyle's like, no, wait, ladies, wait a second. And so she had some of the wine from Provence, and she said, Denise, since you couldn't go with us to France, this is the wine from the wine tasting we did, and everybody's got a glass, and now there's like a big cheers. And I'm thinking, okay, this is when we're going to get the little blurbs about each person and what they're up to now, because it's the season finale and that's what we do. Nope. The screen fades to black and we see 6 months later. Okay. This is new. And we are at Kyle's house, and she's got a nice like luncheon spread. All the ladies are coming over, and we get this very long extended scene of each of the ladies coming one by one and Kyle greeting them. And to me, at least, it definitely has a vibe of we haven't seen each other in 6 months. You know, I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but it really kind of seemed like it, the way they were like, hi, you know. So they go out to this beautiful table out in her backyard. So there's a little bit of small talk. And then Dorit said, did you see Lisa Vanderpump at the opening of her Caesar's bar? Kyle's like, yeah, it's all over Twitter and stuff. She goes, yeah, she like was wearing a crown and came in like on a sleigh. Okay. Do you not get the whole theme of like Caesar's Palace? It's like ancient Rome. So yeah, she had a gold leaf crown like Caesar. And yes, she was being carried on like a chariot kind of thing or whatever you call it. It's a whole theme of Caesar's Palace. I mean, come on. It's not like Lisa made this up. Then someone mentioned that Camille was there. And Denise said, well, I don't know why I wasn't invited. I don't know what I did to her. And then we get this flashback of Camille in Lisa Vanderpump's house, actually like in her bedroom, telling her everything that the ladies did and how they came after her while Lisa is packing, maybe to go to Las Vegas. I don't know. She's like, yeah, as soon as you left, then the target was right here. Lisa is over these ladies and probably really doesn't care. Anyway, one thing that Lisa did say to Camille was, "Thank you for sticking up for me, darling." And Camille's like, "Oh, no problem." Yeah. Wait till she finds out about the teeth comments. What's up with her teeth? Her breath is terrible. Camille went way more personal than I've heard any of the other ladies. So they're just talking about, Lisa needs her minions around her and because she needs to be the queen. That's why she wears the crown. And Denise goes, "I thought it was because she was English." And then Rinna said, "Well, guys, I have something to share. I ran into Lisa Vanderpump in a parking garage. She just had her nails done, so her polish was wet, and she couldn't pay the guy who was bringing the car around, and I guess Rinna offered to pay her, and she goes, 'No, even if I needed money, I wouldn't take it from you.'" And then Erica jokes, "Well, the real problem is, who has wet nails in 2019? Come on, get some gels." Then Kyle said, "Well, guys, I ran into Lisa Vanderpump in a department store." This is so pathetic. They are ending the season by sitting around reminiscing about the last time they all saw Lisa Vanderpump. And what's Lisa Vanderpump doing? Opening a new bar and restaurant in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. So, who do you think came out on top here? It almost makes me wonder if this isn't something that Lisa Vanderpump just wanted to get off this show. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I keep imagining that if I had all this going on in my life, there's no way I would want to be on a reality TV show and deal with all the BS you have to deal with these other ladies and stuff. I would just not want that drama in my life because I've got so much good stuff going on in my life. Kyle's story is that when she ran into her, she said, "Hi, Lisa," and she was sort of taken aback. I said, "I'm really sorry that this is how things have to be with us. I didn't think it would have to be like this," something like that. And Lisa said, "Well, you called me a liar." And she said, "No, those are your words." "That's true, but you did say you didn't believe her, so isn't it implied?" I mean, anyway, naturally, all the other ladies are defending Kyle because Kyle said, "There's nothing, we can't even work it out because she won't call me. And so it's not even possible this time to try and work it out because she's just done." And I mean, honestly, was Lisa Vanderpump that good of a friend to you, Kyle? I feel like that relationship always was a little bit one-sided. And the one thing that I have always hated about Lisa Vanderpump was how she would hold something against you and make you pay for it for a long, long time. Like Lisa Rinna was her little lapdog for so long. Yes, I'll go to your charity event, Lisa, and then I'll sing and dance for you, Lisa. And Lisa would just keep making digs at her, because it was like, yes, you crossed me and now you owe me. I mean, personally, I could never be friends with Lisa Vanderpump. But all I'm saying is Lisa Vanderpump is A-okay without you guys. That's clear. Kyle is like, "You know what? I just came to the realization that it's over and I'm okay with that." Oh, God. All right, so then they get into this, like, everyone's able to say they're sorry except Lisa. Okay. The only thing I'm going to say about that is I am still bothered by the fact that you are forcing her to say she's sorry for something that she swears she didn't do. So I have an issue with that. But moving on, Erica said, "Listen, we've all made mistakes, but being able to say, I'm truly sorry for that. I don't want to do that anymore." Well, yes, this theory only works if Lisa Vanderpump really did it. And I don't think we still know that definitively. So then, this is funny. Lisa Rinna cuts in and she goes, "Yeah, we've all done things. Listen, I've done some things I'm not proud of." Yeah, like every day. But I apologize for it. And I just feel good with this group right here now. Oh my God. You are such hypocrites. You have all said really nasty things about each other. And I don't think it's okay to just say you're sorry if you're just going to do it again. But that seems to be all they care about. It's so phony. And I love it. All right, so yes, they all agree that they all just feel really good with each other. Then there's a pretty awkward transition, or at least it seems like it, maybe it's editing, where then Dorit said, "How's the honeymoon phase?" to Denise. And she goes, "Good. Are you still in it?" And she goes, "We're always going to be in it." And then that is sort of our segue into the final little blurbs for each woman. We're starting with Denise. Denise ultimately moved out of Malibu and into a new place in Brentwood. While her married life with Aaron is just beginning, she knows it's bound to have a happy ending. Oh, God. Next, we have Teddy, and hers says, "Teddy has remained busy since Provence. She's focusing on her business and her family, and on staying accountable for more scheduled nights with Edwin." Ugh. These are the worst, you guys. Next is Lisa Rinna's, and hers says, "Lisa's daughter Amelia is off to college in the fall. As an official empty nester, she has plenty of time to spend with her husband Harry, but she still refuses to go camping with him." You guys, these are so lame. Okay, Erica's says, "Although Erica loves her friends, she's still taking pictures of all her handwritten notes, just in case." Now we have Dorit's. Dorit and PK are still looking to buy their dream home and have their eyes on one around the corner from Kyle. Beverly Beach is doing better than ever and is preparing to launch a new men's swimsuit called the Andy. So then you have plenty of money to pay your partner, right? And honestly, if it is true that they owe $1 million to Camille's friend and everything, how are they buying another house? I don't understand how these people work their money. Next is Lisa Vanderpump, and hers says, "With restaurants now in Las Vegas, West Hollywood, and Beverly Hills, Lisa has many crowns to wear. But she says her favorite times are at home with her dogs. She still has not made amends with her friends." Again, don't think Lisa needs these people. Her life seems pretty fulfilling to me. And finally, Kyle's been waiting to give her birthday gift to Lisa Vanderpump for months. Just mail it, Kyle. Sorry. In the meantime, she's busy at work producing several new TV projects and hopes they don't cause any issues with her sisters. Okay. Go back to the ladies having lunch in Kyle's backyard, and everybody toasts to one another. And that is a wrap for season 9. Okay, we have got probably 3 reunions. I'm not looking forward to rehashing Puppygate. But honestly, what else are they really going to talk about? We know Lisa Vanderpump is not going to be there. We know that Camille shows up and they all kind of attack her. But thank God she does, because that's probably going to be the most exciting part. Anyway, I really missed you guys last week, so thanks for joining me. If you liked this recap, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Jill Informed. And don't forget to leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I will be back next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bye-bye.